Good morning, or maybe it's good afternoon, or it could even be good evening when you watch this. Well, whatever time of the day it is, I hope it's a very good one. It's a very good morning here on this side of the world. Yes, it's pretty cloudy. It's a bit cool, 78 degrees Fahrenheit cool. Yeah, cloudy, no sun yet. Uh, Joshua, good morning to you, sir. Thank you for stopping by. Yes, first, thank you for your thumbs up too. I really appreciate that. Yes, it's a really good morning here to do some gardening, and today we're going to be talking about ways to keep pests out of your garden. And one of the first ways is to harvest the fruits when they're ready. Yeah, ripe fruits bring pests to the garden. Thank you, Joshua. I hope you're having a good morning so far. I think it's probably cool where you are too, because it's got a little bit cool here. Only 78 degrees, but I can feel the coolness. And I love to do that in the garden I love to work in the garden when it's this cool. Yeah, so like I was saying, one way to keep pests out of your garden is to harvest the fruits when they're ripe, or else they will attract pests. And pests don't only stay in one place. So once they get to the ripe fruits, then they go look in other places in your garden. So eliminate that by harvesting the crops when they're ready. So still harvesting from this ackee tree. We've done a lot of harvests. Yeah. So we are at the end. And I see a few up there that need to come down. Get up there before the pests do. I'm sure there's some up there already. Yeah. So thank you guys for coming. Thank you for your thumbs up. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. I appreciate it. Let's start with the harvesting. They're getting smaller now, so we know the crop is diminishing. We're getting towards the end of the harvest. We're getting towards the end of the harvests. And that's how I can tell by the size of the fruit now. Good morning to all those who are joining. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. If it's your first time, it's a family channel. And we do a lot to educate you about the foods you eat, how we garden, how we grow, what to do. And today I'm talking about how to keep pests out of your garden. And the first way is what I'm doing right now. Harvest the crops when they are ready. I have two of them right here. Here's two of them. You can tell on this one got wet because it rained. You see in the middle there? Yeah, this will bring the pests. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this at the base of the tree, and the squirrels here, they love ackee, so they will eat this up. I have a couple of them at eye level. I could just reach with my hands. Hello, Jean, Jack. Good morning. I don't know from where you're watching. Can you tell me from where you're watching? Thank you for stopping by. Tizumba. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for your thumbs up. Remember your thumbs up, guys. So I'm harvesting ackee, and that's one way to keep the crops, keep the pests from your garden, is to harvest the ripe fruits. Here's, got two more. Oh, you're from New Jersey. James, Betty, you're from New Jersey. Thank you. Thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. It's probably a little cool there because here in South Florida, it's a little cool this morning. And it's about 77 to 78 degrees, somewhere there. But loving it. Best time to be in the garden. Early morning when it's cool, or late evenings. But I do appreciate it. If you don't mind, please remember your thumbs up. So now we're going the other side of the garden because there's no more open ones up here. There you go. I mean, we've been having a lot of rain, and so the trees are growing. They're just growing out. And we have had to trim last week. We did a lot of pruning, and I see that pretty soon we will have to do it again. Ah, I see some ackees over here. But I can't take you too far, or else I'll lose you. But let me get my container. All right, before I go over there, I see one right here, right up close. See right there? That's an open one right there. All right, here it is. I took grab it. All right, let's go back over here. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your thumbs up. Appreciate you stopping by. I got 4 of them. I got 4 in here this time. What kind of fruit is this? James is asking. Okay, let me show you. Hold on one moment. All right. These are called ackees. This fruit is the national fruit of Jamaica. It's used to make the national dish. The national dish is called ackee and salt fish. And this is what they look like. It's a fruit, but you still have to cook it. And you remove the seed like this. And you clean out the inside. You cook it with the national dish is with codfish. But you can add other things to it, like red herring, or if you don't have that and you have some chicken, you can do that, and the protein at least. But that's what it is. And this fruit originated in West Africa. Yeah. So that's what ackee is. And by the way, I have a video that tells you what the fruit is. If you go check on garden nuggets, what are ackees? Yeah. So it gives a little history and tells you how it is eaten. Yeah, so go check out those videos. I think I have 3 videos on ackees. Yeah. Oh, I'm seeing some way up over there. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go over there. You should be able to see. Yeah, so this is definitely a way to keep the pests out of your garden. Harvest your fruit. Good afternoon from Romania. Yes, Dan, thank you for coming on again. Thank you for being a loyal watcher. I appreciate it. All the way from Romania. Thank you. Yes, I'm harvesting more of these fruits. We are almost at the end of the harvest now. I think after this one, there'll be just one more. And for those of you who have been watching, you may have already known that we have gotten close to, I think maybe now, 20 times harvesting from this tree. It's been very, very fruitful. Considering earlier in the year, it was overtaken by pests, whiteflies. So we had to treat it with neem oil, Neem, trim most of it, and then get it back. And when it came back so fruitful, lush. Yeah, we had to trim the tree. Since then, since that time with the pest, we have had to trim it because it's growing so much. And right now it's doing that again. It's growing a lot. Let me show you, let me give you a little view, a little span of it. Oh. One moment. Yeah. It's growing tall. So definitely we will have to trim. And the one I'm standing under is also growing too much. It's one I'm under is a hog plum tree. And while I'm here, let me show you some other trees, especially the papayas. Hello from Argentina. Remo Raffetto. Thank you for stopping by from Argentina. I appreciate it. Here are some papayas. Anybody here like papayas? I love it. We here in our family, we love it. And you will see a lot of trees, papaya trees around. Because one of the reasons we also plant them a lot is because we have fruits all year round too. Yeah, the trees are always bearing fruits. Here's another one. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for your thumbs up too, guys. And this one gave us a lot. I would say we might be up to close to 200 harvests from this fruit, from this tree. It started way down here at the bottom. There's another branch growing out of it. And we have harvested all the way. And look at that. There's some up there on the top too. And here are some other trees. And then I'm going to show you some seedlings that we planted. Yeah, this is my little harvest for today. It's one of the smallest harvests. That's how we know we're nearing the end of the ackee harvest. Oh, here's another tree. This is called June plum, or you may call it by another name. Could be golden apple, Pomsifere. There are many names for this fruit. Let me show you some seedlings. This is as far back. Here's a couple that we planted 2 days ago. And this container, I'm here. They're all papayas. There it is. Papaya seedlings. So what we do, we give them away and we plant them in the garden too. So we always have papayas. And there are some in these containers on the ground right there. Lots of papayas and lots of pineapples. We have pineapples in containers and pineapples in beds. There's some right there. Remember your thumbs up, guys. Thank you. And we have some pineapples along the beds right here. There are 2 beds over here. And some back over there where I was, where the ackee and the other papaya trees are. Also some pineapples. And there are also pineapples in other containers as well. Yeah. So we're talking about keeping pests out of your garden. One way is to harvest the fruits when they're ready. Another way is to do what I'm about to do now, and that is to cut the grass when it gets too high. And right now, because of all the rains we've been having, it's too high. I bring it. Good morning to you. How are you doing? Thank you for your thumbs up. Yeah, so now I'm going to do that second thing. After harvesting the ackees, now it's time to cut the grass. That keeps the pests out. And not only does mowing the grass get rid of the pests. You're doing well. Hope you're well also. Yes, thank you. I bring it. Yes, thank you so much. I'm doing well. Also, I use cutting the grass as a form of exercise for me. I get my steps in that way. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing if you have not yet done so. That would help the channel to grow. And another way is to share the videos. So let me go and and start cutting on that end. I'll leave you right here so you can see what's going on. Hope you can hear the lovely birds also in the garden. If you can hear the birds, give a thumbs up for the birds. They're out early. Give the birds a thumbs up. Let me bring you closer over here. If you're just coming by, welcome. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale garden. This morning I'm showing ways to keep pests out of the garden. And the first way is what I did first was to harvest the ripe fruits. And now I'm cutting the grass. That's another way to keep pests out. And those pests can be very pesky. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. This is a family garden channel, and I appreciate you coming by. Remember your thumbs up, and for those of you who have not yet done that, this is what you learn on this channel. And today we're talking about keeping pests out of your garden. And the first way I talked about earlier, while I was harvesting the ackee fruits, to make sure you harvest your fruits as soon as they're ready, or else the pest will come to them. And once they get to your ripe fruits, they don't just leave. They find other things in the garden. So pick your fruits. And the second way is to cut the grass, which is what I'm doing now. And that way the pests will stay out. And we're talking about all kinds of pests. The creepy crawlies, those that fly, all kinds of pests. They like to hide in grass and weeds. Yeah. So I thank you for coming. Please remember to subscribe if you have not yet done so. And go ahead and leave a thumbs up. All those are free things you can do to help the channel grow. And here's another reason why I like to cut the grass. It now becomes a part of my exercise routine. So do that. This is an aerobic exercise. Yeah. Thank you for stopping by. If you're just coming in, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for taking the time to stop by the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. And I'm discussing ways to keep pests out of your garden. One way is to harvest the ripe fruits. Because if you don't get the fruits when they're ready, the pests will, and they will stay in your garden and destroy your crops. Let me put you down. And the second way is to cut the grass when it gets too much, because that is how the pests hide in there. And think of it, as I do, as an exercise routine, an aerobic exercise. Let me move you to the other side. And if you're just coming in, welcome. Welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. This is a family garden channel. We're so happy that you take the time to come by. We thank you for your thumbs up. Yes, somebody just did. Thank you so much, Norma. Norma, thank you for coming in. Thank you for, if you have not yet subscribed, those who have not yet subscribed, please go ahead and do so. It will make it a happy, happy Sunday for us. If you just subscribe, give a thumbs up, and share the channel. And those ways will help us to grow. Barry walking exercise. Hey, good morning. He says, blessed morning to you, host. Just stop by to support. Thumbs up done. I really appreciate that. That's how it's done. That's the support. Thank you so much. Yeah, so I'm talking about ways to keep pests out of your garden. And the one way is, the first thing we did earlier, is to harvest the ripe ackee fruits. Keeping the fruits, ripe fruits, away from the garden, keeps the pests out because they have nothing to look forward to. So we looked at these papaya trees, and there's none there that's ready to be harvested. But when your crops are ready, harvest them. Keep the pests out so that they don't go infesting other crops. And the second way is to keep the grass low. Yeah, thank you, Barry. Keep your grass low so that the pests won't have anywhere to hide, like white flies, aphids, even snakes. All kinds of pests will take over your garden. So you have to be vigilant. Yeah. Also, this is the time of year when she said, great idea. Thanks for that information. Oh, yes, Barry. This is the time of the year when we also plant a lot of seedlings. And if the pests start affecting your seedlings before they get a chance to grow, you will have nothing. So it's important that we keep them out. And for those who didn't hear what I said earlier, that cutting the lawn, cutting the grass is a way of exercising. I walk like Barry does. Barry does walking exercise for your health, so if you get a chance, go ahead and check him out. But when I cut the lawn, then I know I don't have to go walking today, because this would be my exercise, a part of my exercise routine. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing too. So let me take you a little bit closer now to the other side. If you're just coming in, this is the fruit tree that I just harvested from the ackee tree. And I show you, it's just a few today, which means that this tree is nearing the end of its harvest. It gave us a lot this year. There it is. When I'm finished, I'll clean that up. I'll show you how it's cleaned up. But and there we have this tree is a June plum tree, also known as golden apple, or Pomsifere, and a host of other names for it. This papaya tree decided to grow in it, and before we realized, it was too late to take it out. So we're just gonna leave it there and let it grow with the rest of the fruits. These are trees, young trees that are now producing flowers and fruits, papayas. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut over there. If you're just coming in, welcome again. Let me get you a little closer. Oh, here's some leftover plantains from the bunch of plantains that were harvested. We gave them away. That's leftovers. We'll use those. And this right here with the netting is that's our herbs bed. Let me take this off so you can see it. I'm gonna cut around it anyway. That's our herbs bed. And we have parsley, oregano, basil, thyme, and green onions. And I put the green onions in there mostly for the pests, to deter them. Because pests will eat up your herbs in a jiffy, in a flash. So I'm using this net to help with it too. So I'm just going to quickly mow around it and get going. These are seedlings, papaya seedlings. Today is a very lovely day for gardening. The sun is, I just see it peeking out. The sun is just peeking out. It's cloud covered. I hope you're having a lovely day as well, wherever you are. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for subscribing. This container has papaya seedlings. Let me show you. Let me give you a better view of the papaya seedlings. So these, once they get a little taller, will be planted in pots or will be planted in the ground. Now we also have some in pots right here. When they're ready, we'll put these in the ground as well. There's some over here. Yeah. So especially for those seedlings, we need to keep the pests out. Because if they attack the seedlings, then we won't have anything growing. This raised bed is being protected from the pest with netting. We have kale, broccoli, and mustard greens in here. Now, for places where the lawnmower cannot go, we use weed whackers in there. And that will be for probably tomorrow. So like over here, we're gonna use the weed whacker. And the weed whacker does a good job in removing the extra weeds and grass. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. Yes, I see you putting your thumbs up there. Thank you so much. Welcome. If you just come in, welcome to the Charles Fort Lauderdale Garden. We're doing things to get rid of the pests, to make sure they don't use the garden as their habitat. So we have harvested some ackee this morning. So the first thing you should do is make sure you're harvesting your ripe fruits from the garden. We also have some leftover plantains after we gave away some. And this is what we'll keep for our use. These are plantains. It's time for me to drink some water. And then I'm going to use the blower to get rid of the dust over here. Thank you for coming. Remember your thumbs up, please. And if you have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do so. I'm going to blow the dust away from you. I'm just going to do a little bit down here, and then we'll take care of the rest, possibly tomorrow. Well, folks, looks like I've accomplished what I've set out to do today, and that is to harvest the crops. Oh, let me go check out the guava tree. So I've harvested the crops and I've cut half of the area where it needs to be cut, the lawn, the grass. But we have this, oh, look at those birds. They're waiting for their food. See, the feeders are empty right there, I think. But I think I need, okay, I'm going to check out the guava tree and then put some food in the feeders. Up there we have, I think those are the blue jays and doves. Yeah, blue jays and doves are on those lines right there. Sometimes we have a whole hosts of parrots that come by. I have a video I'm going to put out to show some of those parrots. Yeah, so let me go see if there's anything on the tree. There may not be any. Bingo. Success. Here is a fruit, a guava. Do you like guavas? And this one on the inside, when it's not yet fully ready, when you cut into it, it's pink. Let me check again to see if there's there are lots of small ones on the tree, but not much ready for it to be harvested. No more right now. But what I'm going to do now is fill up those feeders, the bird feeders, so they can come and get something to eat. Those two feeders right there. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me summarize what we talked about earlier. There are ways that you can help to keep the pests or to minimize the number of pests that come into your garden. Make sure you're harvesting your ripe fruits. Urban Backyard Gardening, good morning, good morning. Thank you. You do the same. Have a wonderful and blessed day as well. So make sure you're harvesting your ripe fruits. That helps to keep the pests away. And another thing is to take care of the grass when they're overgrown. Keeping the grass high or tall, along even with weeds, will give the pests a place to live. It will become their habitat. And they're creepy crawlers that are also there. You don't want them to be in your garden. They destroy your crops, and all the hard work that you do to keep your garden growing food will just disappear. So do what you can to minimize the pests that come into your garden. You want the good pests. For example, this black container over there, that's our compost bin. And right now, we have some bees that have taken up possession of this compost bin. This is about the third time they've done that. They come by, they make their nest in there. They have, I'm assuming by now, it's been a while now, so there must be a very large honeycomb in there. Last time they left one, we didn't even realize there was a honeycomb in there until long after it was all dried up. So now that we know, we expect that there's a honeycomb in there. Now the number of bees, you can't see them, they're on the other side, but they're getting less and less now. It's been about 4 weeks. You know, once a year and a half ago, we had to call the beehive man to come and remove a beehive that was on this sugar apple tree. They made a large beehive there, and he came and removed it. But for some reason, they love the garden. I mean, they're good. They're the good pests. I love them here too. And whenever these coconut trees start blossoming, that's when we see a lot of them. So we don't mind them there. We just wait for them to do their thing. And once they leave, maybe we'll get a treat. So the good pests you want in your garden. The ones that destroy your crops, you need to minimize them coming in. Yes. We even love the birds. The birds give us sweet songs, and they do their thing too. They get rid of the bad pests. When you see them picking around, you know, yeah, they get rid of the bad pests. So that's what I want to talk to you about today, ladies and gentlemen, and I thank you for coming. I thank you for your thumbs up. I thank you for subscribing. And please do share the videos. Help me grow the channel. Help us grow the channel. We really do appreciate it. We'll see you again next time, right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale garden. So come by and see what's going on. Good morning, Growing My Own. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you coming by. We were just ending the live. We talked about keeping pests out of your garden. So I really do thank you. Thank you for your time. And this is what we harvested. The ackees were harvested, and the guava. These are leftover plantains that were harvested last week. We gave away the rest, and this is going to be for our use. I appreciate you stopping by. So guys, see you next time right here in the Charles Fort Lauderdale garden. Stay well, be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and take care of yourself so you can take care of others.